Okay, it is just changed to 1:30 in the PM. Did I just get, oh God. I just got, 2 seconds ago, I got stew juice on me. Don't mind me. Anyways, the world's insane, and I don't want anybody telling me that normal life is continuing on in any way, shape, or form. I was at Walmart, okay? And there's always that point where you're in Walmart for too long. And I'm driving around in my little cart, and then I knew I'd been there for too long because old people started changing direction on me for no reason. I believe the technical term is juke, which I would have gotten most of my vocabulary from Rob Gronkowski. But I believe that's what these people were doing to me. And I was like, okay, I've been here for too long. Then I went up an aisle, and then Dress You Up, the Madonna song, comes on. And I have a problem with this song because this was one of my favorite songs as a kid to jump up and do the choreography with when the video came on. So quite uncontrollably, I was trying to find a place in Walmart to let out some of this choreography, and every time I tried to find a place where I could do a couple steps, somebody came up behind me. Okay, so yeah. So that's weird enough. But then I go outside and wait for the bus. I'm always once I get away from people, I'm always trying to calm down, right? There's this woman walking back and forth. She sounds like Gollum. She's like coughing, talking to herself. She's got her mask down, walking back and forth, and she keeps hitting herself in the leg. And I'm like, okay, she's a zombie. Zombie apocalypse is happening. I know this was bound to happen. It's happening. She's walking back and forth. Then she starts ringing like her whole body is a phone. She's not answering it, right? But the ring was loud enough that you would think the phone was that big as a human being walking back and forth. And I'm thinking she's waiting for the bus. She doesn't even end up getting on the bus, right? Then I need to go somewhere else because the place I had been to didn't have what I needed, so I had to take a second bus. I get on the next bus, and there are zombies on that bus. But these are the kind of zombies, and I'm not making light of this, it's just true, okay? This is a problem in this world, and I feel bad every time I see these people, but this shouldn't happen. These are people who are clearly medicated on some prescription drug because they have been long-term I want to say participants, takers of other drugs. They could be alcoholics, they could be drug addicts, or whatever. It's, people who were like that for a long time. They have a certain way, and they have a certain presence, and it's not fair because you're like, those people, I don't think those people can ever come back, and they're in the bus, and there's two of them freaking out about ants because apparently there's ants in the bus near the seat. And I'm sitting there going, I'm thinking to myself, I'm so much more tolerant of things than other people who you would think would not be tolerant. There's sometimes people, they get in a bus and they're complaining about their landlord or their living situation, and I'm like, really? It never occurred to me to be bothered by that. And it's like, you would think by their representation that they would have seen tougher days or had a harder time or not be so finicky about how things are. Okay? So there's something else besides that. There was more zombies. I saw another zombie somewhere. Now I can't remember. Oh, Timeslips. That's what it was. It was zombies and Timeslips. Timeslips. Okay, so when I was coming back from Walmart, I'm passing Walgreens. I'm thinking I might be able to catch another bus, make a connection at the bus terminal at noon, high noon, and by my calculations, it was 11:56. We're passing Walgreens, and you know how the Walgreens, they have the sign outside and they have a clock on them. It says 12:06, and I'm like, and it realized that in the whole history of my life, I've never seen a public clock that was that off, like by 10 whole minutes. And I said to myself, what the hell? Because, yeah, you see a clock that stopped sometimes, like it's just not working, but I've never seen a clock that was off by 10 minutes. It'd be one thing if it was off by like hours. When it was off by 10 minutes, you could feasibly think, wait a minute, my watch is wrong or my clock's wrong. But kind of thought all these things were automatic, or what do you call them? Atomic clocks or something like that. So, okay. So then when I go up to the other location where I was with the other zombies in the bus, I'm coming back now on a different bus, and I'm going past a bank, and there's a clock in the bus, right, that tells you what time it is. The clock in the bus, what time did it say? Yeah, it said 12:35, right? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, the clock outside at this bank, one of these kind of clocks they had, like I said, at the Walgreens before, says 12:37. And I take this bus all the time, and I look at that clock all the time. They're usually on the same time. So I look at my phone agrees with the bus. And I'm just like, what is happening? This is going to drive me crazy. I got to go watch this. You understand what I mean? Things aren't right. Don't tell me this is real life. Stuff's going on. Nobody's acknowledging it. I'm sitting here waiting for the hammer to drop on me. I'm losing my mind because I'm trying to accept or tell myself that somehow people who are putting across a narrative or reporting news or whatever really can believe what they're saying. Or I'm having an issue with how things are compared to how they appear to be or what's being told, and I don't feel like it's ever been this incongruent. I will probably talk about this again. I gotta get this stew sauce off my shirt. I'll be back.